Hi YouTube, long time no see. This will be pregnancy vlog week 12 and I'm going to do a real quick recap on what's been going on since my last update at 7 weeks, which really isn't a lot. It's an extremely uneventful pregnancy, which is a great thing. So I guess I started taking my Declectin around 6.5 weeks, I guess. It took about a week or so for my body to adjust to it, and for that first week I couldn't keep my eyes open. I was sleeping constantly everywhere. So yeah, that was unpleasant, but thankfully my body adjusted and I'm not so tired anymore, although my energy level is like non-existent practically. I don't want to do anything all day but sit on my butt. Sorry I get cut off, I'll edit this in. Yeah, so energy level non-existent practically. But anyways, even with the Declectin, I'm still a bit nauseous, which doesn't help with my energy level. Not as bad as if I wasn't taking it, I'm sure, but still, it sucks to always feel a little sick. I'm peeing a lot. I don't know how many times I go to the bathroom in a day, but it's a lot. I'm going to have to cut this off again because my dogs are starting to wrestle in the background. Give me a second. Okay. Other than the peeing, I got a couple pimples popping up in the middle of my forehead as of this morning, which is great. They hurt when I bump them. And I've been having sciatic nerve pain already. I don't think I had it ever before with any of the other pregnancies. If I did, it wasn't as bad as what I'm experiencing this time. It goes all through my lower back, in my butt. It's mostly on the left side. All through my leg. I can't walk without it hurting. I can't sit, lay down, stand still, nothing. It's terrible when it hits. It can be like, it's constant for a while and then it's all of a sudden it's gone and you forget. And you're just walking along and bam, it hits again and it's instant pain crippling you. It's great. I didn't know it could start this early, but apparently it can. Baby's heart rate is, in the past 2 days, it's been around 157. It hasn't gone higher than 165, but that's rare. In the past few weeks, before the past 2 days, it was always like 162. So, yeah, it's still lower than what my girls were earlier on, so that's cool. I have all my appointments until August scheduled with my doctors. My ultrasounds are scheduled. I have my NT scan this Thursday, so I can't wait to see how much my baby's grown since our 6.5 week ultrasound. Get a shot of that gender nub. And my 20-week ultrasound is on June 26th. I felt flutters really early, like at 8.5 weeks. I felt it 2 days in a row. The first day I thought it was crazy, but the second day it was like completely obvious. There was no doubting it that that's what it was, and I was so excited. I was in a very crunched up position, so I think that helped with the being able to feel it. But I guess when I felt that extremely huge flutter movement, baby was turning into a position in which it would make it a lot harder for me to feel it again. But I kind of sort of felt maybe a tiny bit of flutters in between then and now, but like not enough for me to be able to say that it was for sure the baby. But the past few nights when I would listen to the heartbeat, I would listen for a couple of seconds just to reassure myself until I see the baby on the ultrasound again to know that everything's okay. Then I want to give him a break. But yeah, he was kicking at the Doppler. I couldn't feel it, but it was doing a little zap thing, so that was pretty exciting. But today I was sitting at the computer and I felt a little poke. It was really light, so I was like, maybe it was just a muscle spasm or I'm hallucinating it. Then I felt it again and again. I was like, oh, well then I guess it is the baby. And then whack! A really big kick or punch or headbutt. I don't know what it was. The baby's only 2 inches long, but it was really hard. I feel like if my hand had been on my stomach, I would have been able to feel it from the outside, which is crazy at only 12 weeks, but it is a strong baby I got in there. That was really cool. He kicked a couple more times for like 10 minutes off and on. I was feeling wiggling. I haven't felt anything since this morning, but it was awesome. I don't think there's much else. At my appointment with one of the doctors, I guess it's a team of 4 or 5 doctors, I can't remember, but anyways, I was 9.5 weeks pregnant, and she was already talking induction because of how fast my labor was last time. She doesn't want me to have an accidental home birth, therefore we will induce you before your due date. I was just like, not gonna happen. But anyways, so the past few days I've been doing a lot of research on ways to prevent postpartum hemorrhage and like different like supplements to take to like increase your vitamin K and teas and things to eat and whatnot to increase your iron and everything to help to not hemorrhage. Also things to avoid like Pepsi, Coke or whatever. That apparently, I don't know why I didn't know, but that can increase bleeding, and I was pretty much 99% made of Diet Pepsi last 2 times. But this time I'm cutting way back. If I can avoid all of these things that cause my bleeding or could cause it, that would be great. I'm going to be taking alfalfa pills, red raspberry leaf pills, the red raspberry leaf tea, really good prenatal or multivitamins. I'm still deciding which one to take. There's one specific one that I've seen mentioned a lot in my searching, but it's only available in the US, so I'm trying to find something that's similar, but seems like there isn't anything. So there's another prenatal vitamin though that somebody else had recommended on their list of stuff that they use, and so I'm looking into that, but it's quite expensive, so I don't know, we'll see. With all of my researching on ways to prevent, I also know what things to do in case hemorrhage does happen, or ways to, like, preventative measures after the baby's born, like before the placenta is out and afterwards. Like before, there's an angelica root, which helps with the placenta retention to make sure it detaches properly. And then after the placenta is out, it's shepherd's purse to lessen the bleeding. Apparently drinking a cup full of freshly squeezed lemon juice also lessens bleeding, which sounds extremely disgusting, but I'll do it. I think eating a piece of the placenta or just putting it in your cheek, apparently it should stop bleeding within like 5 to 30 seconds. That's amazing. And if you're bleeding out before the placenta's out, sucking on the intact umbilical cord, which sounds so much worse to me than eating the piece of placenta, that apparently works the same. So on that topic, why I'm researching so many of these things is because I've decided to have an unassisted home birth. So yeah, Jay is not entirely on board with that idea, but I'm hoping, since he has 28 weeks to get used to the idea and sees all of my research and how prepared I am, that he'll come around. Obviously, my dad is completely against it. My mom, when she finds out, she's going to be completely against it. My younger sister, she says, just don't die. And I'm like, that's the plan. But like, obviously, when the time comes, if I have any doubts or if I'm worried about anything, I won't hesitate to get in the car and go to the hospital or call 911 and have an ambulance take me. I'm not stupid. So that's the plan. Wish me luck. I will, of course, video it. But I don't know, I would love to do live feed, but that's not going to happen. But I'm going to hopefully get different angles so I can like actually post the entire thing for the whole world to see. I'm extremely excited about this. As you can probably tell, I've never been so excited about a birth in my life. So, also, I'm talking about like hemorrhaging. When somebody enters the woman's bubble, that can completely screw up the process. That can mess up the levels of oxytocin. It can stop it completely, which screws up the ability to contract properly. And so I feel like with the girls, I was directed in how to position myself, how to push, when to push. So I feel like that could have had something to do with it. Like when I was pushing for Acadia, I was flat on my back. I was comfortable, even though I know now it's not the ideal position, because not only does it affect the baby or whatever when you sleep that way because of the vein, that vein having pressure on it, whether you're laying down or in a semi-sitting position, that causes more bleeding. Anyways, for Acadia, they quickly grabbed me when it was time to push her out, and they propped me up on pillows. They didn't let me be how I wanted to be. And they pulled the baby to help get her out after her head was up because she was so big. They didn't let me do it. They pulled her. And for Ariel, after the midwife realized the cord was around her neck, he said I had to get her out the next push. I had to. I didn't have a choice. I had to push. So I pushed as hard as I could, and she pulled this little, and then instead of letting her come to on me, and she took her right off of me and shook her around and stuff and had me really worrying, and all this stuff could affect it. So now that I'm learning all of this stuff, it's going to be extremely helpful. Yeah, so I'm hoping that everyone who's worried about my crazy decision to do this unassisted, I hope they can trust that I know what I'm doing. And yeah, have as much faith in my body as I do. It's going to be great. I'm sure of it. It's going to be an amazing experience, and I really look forward to November for this. Anyway, so I'm going to stop rambling, and I'll get this uploaded. I don't know if I'll update you again on Thursday or if I'll wait until Monday with the ultrasound pictures and whatnot, but I'm going to not let this go 5 weeks from now like I did this time, since hopefully my energy level is also going to come back up with the second trimester really, really close. Thanks for watching.